Greetings. Welcome to the Higher Self for Luminaries series. This is a free video series that I am creating for you to break up all of the complex information around using human design to help you create flow and ease and making decisions clearly and effectively from your higher self. And that's where the name came from, higher self. So we're literally hiring ourselves to work for us. And so whatever way that shows up for you is unique to you. And human design has been an amazing tool for me to explore my relationship with myself and to other, and help me to understand what's natural about me and to appreciate the natural things about me so that I can love myself, forgive myself, and also see what mistakes I'm making or the things that I've acquired that aren't really serving me, and to help me move into a higher expression, or let's say a higher vibration of that expression of me. And although human design can get us caught up in the details, and this is an amazing guide for us to have at our fingertips. There's so many resources out there for you to find out more for yourself. And also these free resources are amazing to develop some self-awareness around the ways that our early childhood conditioning, and also the conditioning that we came in with in our genetics, that we're here to transmute. And so we'll talk about that as we go deeper into the series. But these are designed to be sent to you daily so you can ingest them, digest them in smaller chunks, and really just break apart the most potent information for you so that you can use them efficiently and effectively in transforming your life and the way that you operate in life with your human body as your vehicle. So, what is the purpose? How did human design get here? And why is it important? So, the man who downloaded this information, it came through a mystical experience. Ra Uru Hu, and just for you to know that Hu is like the phonetic sound of the highest vibration. It's also the beginning of the word human. So hue is like a tone that you can use to open up your crown and access higher vibrational states of mind. And so I just wanted to throw that out to you. But Ra Uru Hu was actually a Canadian. He was born in 1948, and his human name or given name was Alan Krakauer. And he was a businessman. He was in media, and he loved the arts. And he ended up traveling to the island of Ibiza, where he was working as a school teacher for many years. And then he had a sudden mystical experience in 1987. And he describes it as this encounter with a voice. And he called it the voice. And the voice spoke to him and gave him the directions and the information to create this whole science of differentiation in the course of 7 days and 7 nights. 8 days or so. And just downloaded this whole amazing framework for helping humanity evolve from this state of the Industrial Revolution, where humans have been ruled by logics and reasoning and strategizing using our mental body. And now we're being ushered into a new way of living that is connected to our emotional bodies. So we're learning how to evolve and to move from the mental like the predominance of the mental domain to an emotional domain. So it makes sense why we see all these issues coming up with people's emotions, and people having difficulty with narcissism, and people having difficulty with codependency, and difficulty managing the emotional energy. And the emotional energy ends up being the fuel for us to um, move through life, and to get cues on what's right for us and what's not. And so we can use the emotional information to help us make better decisions based on our human design. And when we know how to utilize the information, it gives us access to creating more flow and to make choices for ourselves that are going to help us expand whatever it is that we're having difficulty, or actualizing, our dreams. So that's why it's so important to me to share this information, so that you can have the ability to access your truth, your authenticity, and to take action in alignment with your dreams, and start to help humanity dissolve this illusion of fear that's keeping us from, just self-actualizing. So in 1987, it took 8 days. And so he spent the rest of his life teaching about human design for humanity, and created a book. There's a website. It just got redone recently. So if you go to mybodygraph.com, it's one of the first ones that I got introduced to. Way back in, I think it was 2009, I started looking into human design. And they just upgraded it this year in 2023. So there's a lot of information there that you can jump into if you'd like to on your own. And I encourage you to explore different teachers and different resources online, because everyone has their own perspective and their own tone. And so you might find that there are some people's interpretations that you resonate with more. And I highly encourage to find what resonates for you. And this is just designed to have you have some foundation about understanding what human design is, and kind of give you the framework to see if you wanted to explore this deeper, or invest, your money into going deeper. Ra Uruhu is no longer on the planet, and he died in 2011. So the purpose of human design, as it was given to him, he called it the science of differentiation. And so because human beings are designed to be different, every single human is completely different. We're meant to learn about ourselves, and to be able to appreciate and use our life as a process of deconditioning, which means we take away the conditions that were placed upon us that we've learned from our childhood. And we're literally using our lives to transcend or transmute lower vibrational frequencies. And it's all really about energy. And that's one of the reasons why I love this so much, is because it correlates really well with the foundations of the Hermetic principles, in which everything can be explained in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. So it all comes together for me as being a healer, a nurse, a researcher, a scientist, and energy worker, all the things, all of the pieces that I've investigated. And it makes sense when I looked at my human design why I was the way I was. And so when I figured out why I am the way I am, looking at wanting to experiment and wanting to investigate things thoroughly, I got to have a lot of compassion, a lot of grace for myself, and giving myself permission to be my natural state and follow my intuitive hits, the things that are attracting to me are attracting to me because of my design. And when you realize these things, the energy that moves through you literally lights you up and moves you more in direction with peace, love, and harmony that everyone's searching for anyway. So it's the process of becoming more authentic and true to yourself, not giving a fuck about what other people think, but really honoring who you are and what you're here to do, you know, for the world. And human design is a very systematic and nuanced program, or let's just say science, that allows you to see the essence of who you are and to amplify that, because you have the recognition. And when something resonates, so that's like something's vibrating and then you get told something, it has a similar vibration, that creates resonance and a recognition. And when there is truth in something, it feels good and it creates harmony. And when that is recognized, it can be acknowledged and expanded. So whatever you focus on expands. And so when these things are brought to your awareness, they're brought to light, the light of your loving awareness, and they can be honored and appreciated and felt and like awakened in your system, so that you get tapped into this similar vibration of the source of that information. So because we are an energetic body and we are projecting and vibrating at certain levels of frequencies, we're going to be able to understand why we are experiencing certain things in our lives because of the energy that's matching. And we'll get to see later on how we are these magnetic beings and how we attract certain experiences for our awareness, and so that we get clear about what we're attracting, and then we can utilize who we are in human design best when we understand how we're designed to operate and how we're designed to listen to our authority, which is always coming from the inside. And so we give ourselves permission to really stand in our power and confidently make decisions and speak our truth with this truth that like it moves things. And then it's designed to help us navigate through life. And so it's like your internal GPS. And I recently had a conversation with a friend about, possibly getting rid of my iPhone, and then I would have to navigate the world without, Google Maps or whatever navigation system that you use. And I was thinking through this and remembering when we didn't have these iPhones, and I used to have a pile of maps in the back of my car because I was nursing, and I would, drive around and find people's houses utilizing the maps. I forget the name that they're called, but these big maps, and you'd have to find it through the grids. And I just began to think through like what it would be like now to drive somewhere without my phone, and how, the public is being trained to disengage from their internal navigation system by using these external devices and technology, and it's training us to lose connection with ourselves. And so, anyway, that could be a fun experiment for you to do. I'm about to take the leap of faith to do that for myself. So just something to think about. This science of human design is designed to help us tune back into our internal navigation system, learn to trust it, and then utilize that on a daily basis for everything that we do. And it's significantly important right now because the public is being utilized to rely on these external devices to help us get around and do everything. And we're becoming more and more dependent on them. And then we lose our independence. We lose our ability to trust ourselves. And then they're literally dumbing us down so that we lose our connection with source energy. That's just what's happening. So why is this important? So Ra prophesized that in 2027, the world would have a huge shift in how humans would be living. And human design was meant to be this bridging for humanity to make the way and to continue to survive on the planet. The rave mandala that is described in human design is the figure of your human design that's superimposed on the 365 degrees or 365 days of the year, is actually the name of the beings that are going to be basically running the world in 2027, as he predicted. And these raves are humans that are relying on different ways of being that we're typically using. So they are this expression of this beings that have evolved from the 7 centers, which actually transitioned all the way back in 1781. So the beings on this planet right now are no longer just 7 chakra centers. We've evolved to 9 chakra centers, and the human design is based on this. And we get to explore that as we go deeper into why that is and how it functions. But the 9 center beings are designed to be focused on the internal instead of the external as their source of navigation. So you can see how if we're relying on external devices and we're not connected to our internal world as our navigation, as a source of navigation, we can get completely derailed and we end up being zombies, right? So this is a gift. Human design is absolutely a gift to help us survive this huge transition that's happening on the planet. Whether we believe it or not about the prophecy, it doesn't really matter, because what happens when you start to activate the gates and start to dissolve some of the conditioning that we've been born into, you'll find for yourself that life gets a lot more harmonious. And so if that's all that happens for you, then hallelujah. I'm happy that it could make a difference. And hopefully this will be worth your time. So these new beings that are 9 centers, we're going to be living longer. They say on average of 84 years, and it's in accordance with the cycle of the planet Uranus. And we're designed to comprehend and integrate tons of information. So the way that we do that is through our emotional body, and we run it through our system. And our bodies are literally holding all of the information from the beginning of time. And we are all holographically projecting parts of it through our DNA out into the world. And everyone is nuanced in a different way. And so that is why there is this science of differentiation. So as we evolve to these 9 center beings, the current body is the transition. Like our current bodies are designed to be the transition from one to the other into this new realm in 2027, and it's called Ravim, this new era that is inhabited by these species called the raves. So the raves are different, and it seems like they are similar to people who are having extra, or let's say they're on the spectrum of um, ADHD and these attention deficit disorders, is because these beings that are coming in and they're super sensitive to information, they're having to learn how to navigate this world, having the technology already inside of them and unable to function, and then they're seen as you know, they have a disease, or you know, they're being forced to be more like we are now, and it's unnatural for them. So these types of people will be vegetarians. They will allow their pets to run wild, and they will be communicating in different ways, not necessarily the ways that we're communicating. And so, in order for us to function this way, we have to learn how to navigate through our emotional bodies, so that we can you know, transform and evolve ourselves. Let's see. He also predicted that there was going to be, well, he was told through his voice that a good portion of the humanity would not survive, and that there would be epidemics, which we are seeing now, that would take the lives of many humans, and we're seeing that happening all over the world, unfortunately. So this is the beginning of your journey, and the journey to know oneself and to trust oneself, and as a offering towards your own claiming of your own sovereignty. This is my gift to you, and I hope you continue on a journey for the next videos as we break everything down bit by bit, and so that you can consume this and digest this at your own pace, and also follow along. And I hope to see you on the next video. Thank you so much, and have a good day.